I'll check it. It's still live. I'll check it.
Yeah. I got a notification.
Okay.
I got a notification.
Okay, Kyle, we good. Cool. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak, Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And a couple brothers, the elder Tazapah, myself from the Great Millstone Houston Church. And we back with another Thursday live through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And as you see on the title, it says Thursday Live. Various topics: Saturnalia, Queen of Heaven, and Simp culture. You see? Because again, this Thursday Live is intended for the purpose of what? Updating on the current topics. Which, man, we might have to even start doing this multiple times a week. Who knows how the Lord will have it, because from here on, we can expect news to increase, man. It's going to start, things going to be happening daily to where it's going to be too much to save for Thursday, save for Thursday. We might have, Wednesday and a third, who knows? But we living in some beautiful times. And going back to the topic, it says various topics, which we'll hit through a few things, was expected for 2024, as they would say, talking about, predicting things for 2024. And a new crisis is on the horizon, which is water. And you see Saturnalia, Queen of Heaven, and Simp culture. Because within Israel, what's been another topic or event that's been going on, which we talk about things not only within our city, Houston, if we may be here, the apostles in New York, the elders in Dallas. No, we bring up things in America, in different countries across the world, man. We update on different things that's dealing with these heathens, whether it's economics, monetary, so on and so forth. But we also talk about mainly what goes on within the nation of Israel, those who know the Israelites. And one thing that we're going to speak of tonight, or, kind of mention it here now, you had Captain Tazariak from the ISUPK, which he just came out on a video, which I'm sure brothers may have seen responses done to it. And, I let the elder, give his piece too. But, how he said that the next thing other than the Most High, the strongest under the Most High is the woman, right? Which he was referring to a chapter in Ezra, which even that man who said that, he was giving his opinion. Never said no what, even if he was a man of the Lord tonight. That was just a random man giving his opinion, man, who was a part of the king's court. You see, but we in that season, and we living in a society of woman worship. You see? So it came at the right time, Christmas, so on and so forth, But Ezequiel, you got it,
Yeah, no, you mentioned about that water. What came out this time last year? A movie. I would throw you a question. Avatar, sequel to the Avatar.
Okay.
What was the name of it?
Damn, I don't even know. Let's see. Shit.
The Way of Water.
Okay, kind.
Yep, the Way of Water. And yeah, that's been something major, man. Is this water crisis that they're gonna bring, because some states they already struggling, with the harsh winter, the harsh summer that we had. A lot of places are still struggling. The Panama Canal is getting lower, so water is gonna be a big issue 2024. It's just not no random articles that brothers bringing up. Yeah, they're gonna teach you about the way of water. Cause like the old saying goes, you don't miss your water till the well runs dry. All right, that's gonna go for physical water as well as spiritual water. Most High is going to bring a famine through the land according to Amos 8:11. And it's not going to be a famine of bread or thirst. Let me read it real quick. So that's what's coming. All right. So I'm here in Amos, and this is chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's why, brothers doing these lessons, whether it be live or they, recorded, beforehand, these lessons right now are detrimental, valuable. All right, because it's going to come a time that Most High going to cut everything off, and I'm not talking about in the distant future. We talking about here real soon.
Right. So,
brother got that Panama Canal. What that say? You can read it. Read that one on the Panama Canal.
Con. So it's from December 4th, as the Zaquan was just saying. This is December 4th from SeattleTimes.com. December 4th, 2023, it says Panama Canal. Hold on. Let's play some music somewhere here.
And you know what? It's the same thing at the Suez Canal. They turning ships away.
So, like, hold on. One of these links playing some type of music. Cool. I think it's over with. Okay, we'll get into it. So it says, Panama Canal. Again, SeattleTimes.com. It's this article was put out December 4th, 2023. It says the Panama Canal jam sends ships selling continents out of the man. Hold on, something playing. So like, let me know.
That. It's probably on that page.
Put it on mute. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Can you still hear me?
I hear you. I don't hear the music though.
All right, let's see. Damn, I don't know. I think it's this. Okay, here it is. There it is.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It wasn't that loud. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, little Kevin O'Leary. But here it is. So it says Panama Canal jam sends ships sailing continents out of the way. Because you got to remember, let's see. If you don't mind, Zaquan, can I pull up a map of the Panama Canal?
No, we don't need to see that. No, I'm fucking with you, bro.
God.
Yeah, pull it up. Apostle Tahar said we got to get into these maps too. We got to get into the geography. That's what time we in.
Just to show Akim, Aqua thought that the importance of this location. Now, and I was watching this documentary. This how I was able to be put on game. With Christopher Columbus, so on and so forth. How he was trying to get all the way around America. As they would say, but they couldn't find a way through South America and North America. And because remember, this America is a big a location for trade, man, buying and selling. In the midst of the seas, as it would say. But this is made it easy for the nations to just go through here because the canal was through here, South America and North America, so small, man-made, so small. And what this did, it made it convenient because instead of having if you save another country coming around, you ain't have to go all the way down South America, come all the way around, and then go around the world. No, you could just cut through that. That's what made it convenient for buying and selling, trading. So that's what we talking about. So now as it's going into as the World Economic Forum, it just came out today. They put on Blacklisted News. And Lord willing, we get into it. It put out today the World Economic Forum and the United Nations join forces to initiate the next global crisis, which is what? Water. Water, man. You see? So as the elder was saying, this is an example right here, even in the Panama Canal. Now, mind you, this is getting shut off. And as the title says, it's sending shipping selling ships continents away. So the point is, they got to go around. You got to
Hey, and
find.
that's I never stopped to think about it or thought about it in the past, but that's the same way that a lot of times California gets its oil and stuff.
Mm,
The tankers would come from the Gulf of Mexico and come up through the Panama Canal and sail around up to the West Coast. So now that's being so you go. This is why gas prices in Cali are higher than most places in the U.S. All right, because they got a lot of their petroleum and gas by way of tankers through the Panama Canal.
mm-hmm.
So yeah,
And
it's
so,
just a whole big mess, man. It's a whole big mess, and on top of all of that, you got niggas want to kiss the woman's ass. All right, when we in the time where we need real men to stand up. This is the time where we need men to stand up. We don't need to be pushing. Even let's just say that's how you feel. Well, we don't need to hear about it.
right,
All right. We promote masculinity because masculinity is under attack. Womanhood is not under attack. It is, but not to the extent that manhood is, because the threat is man.
right,
That should tell you in itself who's the most, well, who got priority. All right. Man is the target because man holds the power. But yeah, brother, you had anything else? We could jump into that little info.
I was just gonna read a little bit out of the first, this article. Not really read it, but just to show brothers. Look,
No, that's cool. All right.
matter of fact, let me put it on mute. I don't know if it's on mute. I don't know if it's echoing. But just to show, Akim out there, the next crisis they talking about coming is what? Water. Which is that famine, which a famine ain't just no food or water, nothing to drink at all. It's a lack of it. And if you're gonna get it, you're gonna have to get that C hip in you, man. Abide by Esau rules, bow down. But it's the next thing. And look, the leaders of the World Economic Forum and the UN, they talk about it. So look, if they talk about these things, that mean they planning it. It's coming. You see? Now we ain't gonna hop into it. I'm gonna just throw this in the chat. Y'all check it out. And it's saying that it ain't a far off because look right here in California. In California, this was put out yesterday, December 20th, from
That's right.
Reuters.
And guess what? Not only that, with the article that you got, but they're spraying crops with sewer water. So all you vegans think you eating healthy, you eating shit, literally. But this is what they're doing. They're spraying the crops with sewer water. But go ahead.
So this from Reuters, and this was put out December 20th, yesterday, 2023. It says California approved. So just to show, look, these articles we showing ain't just far off. These things are happening live and in time, man. Remember, we living in a time of live prophecy, a living power. The word is speaking. Habakkuk, the second chapter, at the end of the show, speaking not loud, which means if it's speaking, we can be able to witness it with our eyes on day-to-day life. We have tangible proof to prove this what the word of the Lord said was going to be going on in the latter days, and it backs up the Bible, man. A drought, just like it had droughts in the ancient world. Yeah, a drought coming now. We reading it. So to back up with the World Economic Forum and the UN said how the next global crisis is a lack of water. From yesterday, an article was put out, and it says California approves rules for converting sewage waste to drinking water. Come on, talk about food and drink defiled among the heathens.
Man, ain't that crazy?
Man, check this out. It says, I read a little bit. It says December 19th, California regulators on Tuesday cleared the way for widespread use of advanced filtration and treatment facilities designed to convert sewage waste into pure drinking water. that can be pumped directly into systems feeding millions of household taps. Proven technology capable of recycling wastewater for human consumption, a concept once derived by critics as toilet tap, have gained greater credence in recent years as water consumption California faces worsening drought cycles from climate change. So again, man, in other words, America only lasts.
And all this spells out the hour of temptation. All right. So they hitting you from every angle. And this is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. All right. That's what we got to look forward to, the darkness. Now, us in this truth, we got Yahweh Shai. He gonna be lighting our way through the whole ordeal. You know, Isaiah 33:6, and knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. All right. And strength of salvation. Yeah, that stability, that's gonna be our light shining in this darkness. All right. But for those of you who chose to turn a deaf ear, this is what you got to look forward to. All right. The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and the serpent bit him. You could speak on that.
No, that's it. Meaning the times we coming into, no matter what a man go through, you may run from one situation, but another one go come. Like it said in 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter, as a woman in travail. You know, when a woman giving birth, she going through those contractions. She don't get to choose when a contraction go come. It just come. And the closer that child get to that woman get to delivering that child, they get closer together, right? And they hurt more. Well, that's how these plagues about to be. It's about to be so many to where even if you escape one, you running right into another one, man. That's the times we living in. Even Klaus Schwab said it at the World Economic Forum. He said 2023 is the year of polycrisis, more than one crisis.
See that?
You know, yeah, polycrisis. And look, so if we end in 2023, expect a lot to happen in 2024, man. That's the time we living in. Even right here. Now we ain't gonna hit this article. I'm gonna just throw it in the chat.
I got a little bit more for you.
Okay, Con, you got us, Quan.
Verse 20 says, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? And this is a perfect segue to the meat of the lesson. Verse 21, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. All right, so you got it out.
Now, I was just about to say, leaving 2023, 2024 is expected to be a hot year. They're predicting it. It says U.S. economists, and I ain't gonna read. I'm gonna throw it in the chat, and we're gonna get to as advertiser pod just winning a feast day that they having in the world right now. I can't just say America, because America pushes wine upon the world. But we ended 2023 off. We expecting 2024 to be a bang. It says U.S. economists predicts that 2024 will bring biggest crash of our lifetime. You see? So again, a lot gonna happen, and we got a lot to look forward to. And as the elder said, at all that's going into the world, you got men pushing the power of woman worship in the world, man. But it's going according to the seasons of this world. You got it, Dosaquan.
Yeah, so we got this article we want to kind of go into with the this being, all right, December the 21st, which is the official beginning of winter. All right, so we're just coming into the beginning of winter. Now, this begins the winter solstice, which, the dates vary anywhere from the 17th or the 18th of December on through the 24th and 25th. So in any time in that stretch of days is when the Romans would celebrate Saturnalia. All right. Now, Saturnalia is where the modern day Christmas was adopted from. All right. Which goes back even further than ancient Rome. All right. This is ancient pagan customs that people have took on to themselves, and they made it holy, but it's actually an unholy thing. Well, they think that it's holy. They didn't make it holy, but in their minds, they think that they're doing something righteous and holy when that is, as I just read. Damn it. Let me go back to that real quick. In Amos 5:21, it says again. All right, Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days. All right. Now, this is the Lord was cussing out Israel. All right. Now, we don't have our, ancient feast days anymore. But now what do we have? We got Easter, the 4th of July, all of these things. Then we got what? Thanksgiving, and now they're about to have Christmas.
Right.
So these are the modern day feast days, all right, which are all in honor of these pagan deities, all right? Going back to Semiramis, Nimrod, and Tammuz, all right? Even before that, you had Inanna, going back to ancient Sumeria. Inanna, she had another name also. All right, but this article goes into another name that the Queen of Heaven was known by in the ancient world. All right, so we're gonna go into that. I'm gonna finish this verse again. Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies, because the Lord always, when we would sacrifice animals in righteousness, the Lord said that was a sweet savor. We did the different offerings unto the Lord. He said that was a sweet savor unto him. All right. But here he's saying, I will not smell in your solemn assemblies, meaning he's not going to be present. He's not with none of this shit. All right, that we calling, well, not us per se, but that this world is calling righteous and holy. The Lord is not with any of that. All right, verse 22 says, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beast. All right, because in regular, normal circumstances, the Lord, he liked the sacrifices, Salakia.
Right.
He sanctioned it. But this is coming to the time where Israel was getting ready to be cut off. All right. So when the Lord said he ain't accepting no more sacrifices, that means he pretty much done with you. And then this is where we find ourselves today in this dilemma. But we, the hopeful elect, we have Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. He was the sacrifice to end all sacrifice. Yahweh Shah, was the ultimate sacrifice. All right. And if you in him, you're covered by his blood. But this is why Matthew 24:13 states that, he that shall endure unto the end. All right. You got to remain in the blood. So he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So, we can kick it off from there because, right, like I was saying, we really don't have time. And I know the brother, I don't even think the brother really wanted to go into this topic, but, I did. He going to let me quarterback it. So I'm
That's all good.
quarterback it. But, yeah, man, but it's some good info for some of you. I didn't even know about this name, all right? But we're going to go into it. And
I don't know if you want to play that Captain Cesariak video?
You can, if you got it.
Let's see.
It won't take too long.
Let's see. I just thought about it. I'll try to find it. But it ain't, it's him. But you know that's pushed in America in the whole. That's why it's an issue.
Exactly. And
That's
just
why it's
like
an
I,
issue.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, right?
Nah, it's all good, Zaquan. That's why people get mad at or get aggravated with the apostle Racha a lot because he speak about women, the woman a lot, but no, that need to be said, man. That need to be said.
Right.
And y'all sisters out there who follow on the right order. And like I said, a hit dog holler, y'all shouldn't feel no type of way. And look, y'all should see it yourselves and these other women out here, man. How completely out of
Right.
order it is. Everything is so backwards in this world. All this pride, a woman putting her hands on her man, talking back to the man. Everything is out of order. Even men themselves, though, they weak. That's why you need real men to step up and kind of, I guess, put their foot down, man, and bring back
Right.
order into the world, man.
Calling police on their man. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna say this. Well, like I told you before, we started the live stream. That Queen of Heaven spirit speaks through simps and whores.
Right.
That's how she speaks because real men and real women are not going to subscribe to this madness. All right, because it's out of order. All right, but she speaks through simps, and I'm putting it in that order. Even when the man is going off, he's still above or before. He gets top billing before the woman. So that spirit speaks through simps and whores. So go ahead, brother.
God, I'll play it. I got a precept too after this.
That's it. And
it's the Captain Tazariak from ISUBK. For most of them out there, it's from the Elder Manatas Akbar page 3 days ago, GMS South Carolina 08. It says, Captain Tazariak, women are the strongest thing in the Bible.
That's it. And then y'all talk about the women in the Bible. What is the strongest thing outside of God in the Bible? Above man or
I can't hear it.
Strongest thing.
I'm not sure. Maybe they can.
Chat, Baba Kushai, y'all gonna let me know if y'all can hear it. Baba Kushai. Yeah, said ain't on mute. Lord, what a nigga head. Okay, Khan. Shit. Shalom, Yakana. Big bro. Shalom, Yahweh Shemasha, Barakatai, Barakatam, all y'all there. Okay, Khan, they said they could hear it. But Yakana GMS Practicals, Practicals Bop. Go subscribe to that, brother. That's the big boy right there, But yeah, they said they could hear it. I'll play it back.
Khan.
That's it. And then y'all talk about the women in the Bible. What is the strongest thing outside of God in the Bible? Above man or anything else? What is the strongest thing? Do y'all know? A woman. Yeah. So shut up with that bullshit. When you go in the first Ezra, stop. When you go in the first Ezra, the 3rd chapter, it says the only thing stronger on the planet than a woman is the Most High.
And I just to kind of add on to that, he said, first Ezra, as if it said, "Thus saith Yahweh." The Most High said, "Look, thus saith Yahweh, the strongest thing other than me is the woman." Or if the Lord said, no, it was men who was had a order for the king with the king, you see, and our forefather Zerubbabel was one of them. He had 2 other men. Ain't no telling who he was, right? Where he come from. He was just there serving 2. Was Zerubbabel, and they had a bet. Let's see who can be cool with the king, who can get the king to like him, so on and so forth. And look, this is gonna be kind of a contest. Who think the strongest thing in the world? And one man, his option was, or his thought was wine. Another man thought was women, and Zerubbabel was the truth. So that was a man giving his opinion.
That's it. And that's why he won, because Zerubbabel spoke truth. Where the others, they didn't speak truth. Yeah, they got strength, but nowhere near this truth, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and that woman was used in context or in comparison to a man. Because he mentioned Apamay, the king's concubine, you know. So he had to, and even in that, scenario, he had to compare the woman next to the man to show she had strength. So where's the real strength? You see what I'm saying?
I got a quick precept to back you up. You got it, though.
Go ahead, brother.
This real quick to back you up. Now, I want to turn our attention to 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter. Now, you remember this account. This was the 7 brothers and their mother when they was willing to die rather than eating pork. And remember, it said that the mother was the strongest out of all of them. And look, the point is not because she was a woman, but the scriptures, the Lord gonna say, but she stirred up her womanish thoughts with a manly mind, roughly paraphrasing, just to show, in order for her to get through that situation, seeing her 7 sons, different ages, being put to death and tortured before her, seeing them being scalped, cut apart, arms cut off, being thrown into a pot, boiling water. She had to sit through that and live through all 7 sons, man. But it says she was able to get through it, not because she was just so strong as a woman or an independent single mother. Because they ain't mentioned the father, there was, Hellenized, going through that, so the father probably wasn't in the house. But it was because the Lord said she had a manly mind at this time.
She had to adopt a man's mind, as you said. She had to put off her weak nature. Brother.
Kind of real quick, it says, this 2 Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 20. It says, but the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honorable memory. It says, man, this probably how I said about Mary Magdalene, in the Passover, she was going to be remembered. Hey, who knows? It probably was her. But it says, but the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of 1 day, here it is, she bare it with a good courage because of the hope that she had in the Lord. This is the point, verse 21. And she exhorted every one of them in her own language. So look, before it all happened, look, they was in a huddle, and look, she talking to him in a Lashawan Kodash, encouraging them, look, let's do this, man. Let's get through it. Hey, like the Ray Lewis's of the world, pumping the team up. This is what the mother was doing, but not because she was so strong as a woman. We're going to read it. It says, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courageous spirits and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach. Come on, man. And she said unto them, I cannot tell you how you came into my womb, for neither I gave you nor bare life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. But I got to read it. It says,
breath.
Okay, so I'm going to read that again. It says, I cannot tell how you came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath, kind of the water, for I neither gave you breath nor life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. Look, Zaquan, even men today like to argue that. Tazariak might even say that. Well,
He'll say that
the woman could give life. You got it.
Right. No, I agree. He'll say that. Go ahead, bro.
Kind, but women is men, even men. Well, but women special because they can give life, right? Animals can give life too, right? Animals and pigs give life.
Yeah.
You see? Come on. They was made to do that. But this woman, she was in the right spirit. It says, once she had courageous spirit, stirred up womanish thoughts with a manly stomach, and this was she said. So in other words, when she said this, she was in her right mind. She wouldn't agree with feminists today. It says, I cannot tell you how you came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life. But women today, they said, look, they create life.
Yeah. I brought you into this world. Yeah.
It says, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. But that's why women willing to give abortion today, because they said it's just a couple cells clumped up in their body that could be taken out when they get abortions. But this woman says, but doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generations of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. But the point in all that is that this woman was able to exhort her sons in a time that they was all facing death, because why? She stirred up womanish feelings. And well, I would say who that was, Tyler Perry or Steve Harvey, think like a man but act like a woman, right? In this situation, this the only exclusion. she was a woman but thinking like a man at this point, man. Just to show you, I'm being funny, but just to show you, a man and a woman ain't the same. She had to turn on strength by being in the spirit of a man right here, man. You see, you got a dose of Quan.
And his stomach. Yeah, this is Job chapter 40, verse 7. Gird up thy loins now like a man. I will demand of thee and declare thou unto me. So that's what she had to do. But this is the Lord speaking to men. Now, if women were so badass, why didn't the Lord say, gird up thy loins now like a woman? But that's not what he said, because the woman that we know from scripture is the weaker vessel.
Right.
And that's not, to throw no shade at a woman. All right. Somebody has to be the head. Somebody has to be the body. And that's the dynamic. This is why relationships fail today, because they're not respecting the original design, the original and holy design that the Lord set forth for man and woman to operate in. You're operating in Satan's design. All right. The Lord put man as head over the woman and the children, of course, but he said man is head. As soon as you start talking that equality shit, then you go into abomination. All right. Because there's no entity or organism in nature that exists with two heads. You're not going to find it. If you do see it, it's an abomination. So you think you're going to have a solid relationship or build a family that's being equals, it ain't happening to this day.
I got a quick one for you.
Go ahead, brother.
You got it. 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach is the Most High. Kanye, you got it. Okay, Kanye. But yeah, you see right there, that's the order. That's the order given from the heavens, man. The head of Yahushua, well, first the head of the woman. Well, let's start with the child. The head, yeah, a woman do have an order. It ain't like but the scriptures first and foremost, because we just saying what the scriptures say. It ain't like the Lord just casting a woman down as if she don't got an order. Even us as Yahushua, Lord willing, we're that number, but even Yahushua's elect is likened unto what? A woman. Wisdom likened unto a woman. Israel likened unto the Lord's wife. So it ain't like the Lord just telling women, look, you ain't got no spot in the story, get to the back. No, a woman is ahead of things, but ahead of what? Not the man, though. You see, a woman take care of as far as the child needs, children needs, household, certain household needs, man. She even her husband needs, as the scripture would say. And again, women just.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now I was about to say, and even shit, probably even sisters who probably in the truth, and you gotta or whatever out there. I always gotta get up and cook breakfast. I gotta do that. Well, look, hey, remember, we the women of Yahushua as his servants. We gotta go out our way too for him. Just like a woman, you go out your way for your husband, right? The man gotta go out his way to serve the Lord. The same thing, same dynamic, man. Right? But over the child is the mother. Over the children is the mother. Right, and the children and the mother fall under the order of the father, and then Yahushua is the head of the man, and the Most High is the head of Yahushua. Man, that's the order given from the heavens. That's how life gonna prosper. That's how societies are gonna be forwarded, man. That's why our society gonna be a continual thing, because it's gonna be ran under the right order, man. Ain't nobody stepping out of wedlock and, you know, committing adultery and sneaking and DMing another man, and you got, you know, this, hating out, ain't gonna be none of that. Everything will be in its perfect order. A woman go love her position, especially Israelite women. But as far as it go, under the man, though, that's just it. That's it. That's all.
Yeah,
You know?
you forgot it. We know from the account with Abraham and Sarah, just as Abraham told Sarah, he said, "Look, that's your servant. You do it, you know, do as you wish with her." I'm paraphrasing, but women also they gonna have their own servants.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, y'all gonna have servants just like we have servants, but we, the men, are not the servants to women. All right. So yeah, y'all gonna have position and power, but it ain't gonna be over us. and well, that brings me to, I'm gonna read out of the Zondervan, and then we can get into, oh, I see you got the Saturnalia, but I'm gonna read from the Zondervan's Bible dictionary for family, since the brother went into that. All right. Now this is family in Zondervan's Bible dictionary, and it says, and I'm gonna have to look this up. I didn't look at this, but it says the Old Testament has no term corresponding exactly to the English family. The Hebrew family unit was larger than families today and included some or all of the following: the father or master, the supreme head of the household. Then it says his mother, if she was living with him after the death of his father, his wives and concubines, and their children, his children by other women, daughters-in-law and sons-in-law, living on the paternal estate. And you see Jake still got that in him today, you know, want to have women and women on the side, because that's in our nature, you know? And that's another reason why relationships fail today. Women are not respecting our nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like you go up to a strange dog, well, you ain't gonna go up to a strange dog, because you know that dog's nature is he might bite you. But for some reason with men, y'all want to subvert us from our nature. Y'all want to neuter us. You know, y'all want us to be fairies, you know, while y'all walk around with the man testicles in your purse. Well, no, it's time out for that, because now it's time for war. We're in the time of war. That old soft-spirited shit gonna get you put to death.
That's right.
But going back, it says,
here's a coin if I can add.
Con.
Hey, just to show you how this world upside down. For example, Nick Cannon. What Nick Cannon doing? How he got these different, as the world will call it, baby mamas.
Right.
And many children with different baby mamas. People complaining, and look, the people who complaining, you got multiple baby daddies. You know, you don't know who for who, so on and so forth. But you complaining over a man who got, man, beautiful baby mothers. He taking care of all his children. But the point is, he doing what the scriptures, eventually what we going to do in the kingdom of heaven, in the world to come, what we was told to do in the beginning, be fruitful and multiply. And even if he taking on women, he take care of them. So he even applying the scriptures, but the world have a problem with it though. That's the issue to the world. He looked like, he wrong because he can't be at Christmas with all of them. You know, he wrong for that. You know, come on, man. Ain't nothing but that man doing is going off according to the Most High, who created the earth, who know. Look, if you create something, you know how to use it best. That's why you got instructions with everything you buy. The Most High, who created the world and life itself, said a man can have multiple women. You see? Be fruitful and multiply. That's the order. But a woman, to stay in your order, you gotta have one man. But a man who gonna lead though. You see, let's start with a man of law. You gotta do Salak.
No, let's say shit, Black Moses. No, I can't think of that nigga name, but he passed on. Shit. God damn it. His name will come to me, but he was dubbed the Black Moses as if there's a white one, but the nigga always had a smooth head. Damn it, I can't call his name. Isaac Hayes. It said, I was watching a documentary, he said he was able to do that for one, it was either Thanksgiving or Christmas, that he had all of his ex-wives and all of his children together for one of the holidays that they celebrated. You know, he said that everybody had a beautiful time. But yeah, back to the family, and it says, go back to where it says here. Okay. Let me start back. Let's see. Okay. The father or master, the supreme head of the household, given to him, as the brother just read, by the authority of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, he is the supreme, or supposed to be the supreme head of his household. It says, then his mother, if she was living with him after the death of his father, his wives and concubines, and their children, his children by other women, daughters-in-law and sons-in-law living on the paternal estate, other free Israelite friends and relatives, foreigners living under his protection. It says, and male and female slaves, all right? It says, since the primitive times, the family assumed many of the responsibilities of modern government. And that's just because, you know, just a side note on that, because government has infringed upon all of the affairs of family today, all right? Government has overreached. Government got too much say-so. But right back in the day, yeah, you was the supreme head in your household, on your estate. Now it says, yeah, since primitive times, the family assumed many of the responsibilities of modern government, like protection of life and property. Large families were necessary. And then it goes on to say, marriage was arranged not by the young people involved, but by the man, all right, or his father and the family of the bride, for whom a dowry or purchase money was paid to her father. In spite of this commercial aspect of the marriage contract, there is evidence that the love of the young people for each other often had an important part in this, or in the preliminaries of the marriage. So that's pretty much it. Okay, I'm gonna jump down to the next paragraph. It says, within his own domain, the authority of the head of the family was almost absolute. He could sell his children as slaves, and that was custom in Israel, all right? You could send your sons off for apprenticeship, if that's a better term for you. But you send them off to apprenticeship. They worked under a master for 7 years. And guess what? After that 7 years, they were set up. They got a little piece of change. They might have got some land and you know, to build them a house and start their own estate. And they had a trade or a skill to make money. So that was a hell of a deal. Instead of going to college, coming out 100 G's in debt, 100,000 in debt, $150,000 in debt. Under our program, you come out 7 years with money, possibly land, and then shit. You had your choice of women at that point, if you didn't have one already. But anyway, this is how we did it. So it says, where was I at? Okay, here it is. He could sell his children as slaves and had power of life and death over them, right? Because if they were rebellious and stubborn, lazy, you bring them to the gates, and the elders, the judges, would put them to death. So that's on point. Okay, it says, and had power of life and death over them. Then it gives the scriptures, Leviticus 18 and 21. Then Leviticus 20, verses 2 through 5. 2 Kings 23, verse 10. All right, and it says, to dishonor a parent was a crime punishable with death. And that's the point. The man, was head of the house. Now, the woman was so bad and almighty, why did the Most High didn't put her, and this is all backed by scripture, but why the Most High didn't put that in scripture? And another thing too, how you know, just from nature should tell you who the weaker vessel is. A woman has to sit her ass down a week out of every month for her purification. So come on, man. Get the fuck out of here with that old fake ass whack bullshit. You know, a woman got to literally go into seclusion every month for a week for her purification.
Right.
The time of her period. So that's where you're gonna get your strength from. And really, real women, they're desiring real men. All right, if you think that shit cute and all that, real women, they don't want to hear that. They get disturbed by it more than we do as men.
Yeah.
All that women worship. Because they need our strength.
Right.
Yeah, they need us to be strong right now. They need us to step up to the plate and be men. And not be standing beside them or behind them, but take the lead, goddammit. Take the goddamn lead as a man. But yeah, brother, whatever you got, I'll read going to some of this article. If whenever you bring out what you had, I ain't gonna be long on.
Kind of real quick, and you got it. Because it's the time we coming in. When times get hard, remember Jeremiah 30 said when Jacob's trouble kick off, it says men shall be as women in those times. You know, these big bodybuilding niggas who think they tough, these so-called gangsters, these men who just go home and play the game all day, right? These regular everyday men who women think that their husband protecting them, but look, the husband, he hiding behind 911 too. He hiding behind order in society too. But when order break down, men go be as women. They go be looking at their women like, what shall we do?
Yeah, you're right. They're gonna be confounded.
Mm-hmm. God, so they gonna be looking. So in that time when even men turn into women, women go be looking for real men. That's why it says a man shall be as fine gold. I'm gonna read this real quick, but and you got it. It's Isaiah 4:1. It says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we shall eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So when times get hard, women go be looking for real men, and not just a real man just because you got a beard. Because look, every male ain't a man, but especially a man of the Lord, But you got it.
All right, then, brother. I'll read some of this article here.
Come.
Yeah, we'll start right there at the top. All right. So as you see, it says Christmas. In the title, Christmas in quotations, Queen of Heaven. And then you see the name Sibylle. They pronounce it Sibylle. Go down there and hit that click on the speaker.
Yeah, Sibylle.
Okay, come on, Sibylle.
Oh, so like I had it on mute. Hold on, I'll play it again. There you go.
Sibylle.
So that's how they pronounce it, Sibylle. I was saying Cybele, but Sibylle. So it says volumes have been written about her. Numerous ancient historians and modern day mythologists mythologists alike. She has been known by a multitude of names in almost every corner of the planet. In mythology, her roots are often found in a Phrygian forest. Now, Phrygia is one of the countries in Asia Minor. It says located in modern day Turkey. So there it is right there. It says throughout the ages, she has become intertwined in Egyptian, Greek, and Roman mythology, as well as Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And as far as Christianity and Islam, you have, what's this nigga name? 325 AD, Constantine. You have him to thank for that. All right, as far as Christianity today, as well as Islam. Now, Judaism, that didn't come till, half a millennium down the road, around 800 AD, during the time of Kagan Bulin, when he wanted to convert them Edomites to, they call it Judaism, but he wanted to give them our religion instead of going with Christianity and Islam. They said, well, we follow the Jews' religion. So then that's where Judaism came from. But, reading on, it says people around the world have celebrated her festivals for thousands of years. And she has found her way into virtually every institute of higher learning in the world. The Bible portrays her as a serious stumbling block for the people of the Most High. Some might be inclined to call her the black stone of death. Yet millions think one of their religious duties is to traverse the world in hopes of pressing their lips to her unremarkable ass. But no, it says likeness. But anyway, I'm gonna jump down from there. So going down to the next subheading, and we'll go from there. All right, so it says Sibylle and Attis overview. All right. Now the brother, if you don't mind, put the picture of Attis up, and it might look familiar to some of y'all. All right. Because Attis is actually what they patterned the Statue of Liberty after, which is a trans. All right. He was a man, but he castrated himself, as I'm gonna read into. But this is at the shores in New York, that's greeting everybody when they come, make that trip over to America. This is Sibylle's understudy. All right. That's who Attis is. But we'll read about him. So it says Sibylle and Attis overview. All the ideas put forth in this overview will be substantiated and examined in more detail throughout this chapter. Dealing with pagan deities can be very confusing because their ability to change names, relatives, and even powers, depending upon which group of people are worshiping them and when that worship is taking place. Therefore, charts will occasionally be used to provide clarity. All right, so it says Sibylle's popularity has endured the ages. She lures old and young men. Well, she lures old and young, men and women, king and farmer. This object of harlotry seduces the multitudes with her sacraments, renovating their religious rites until she is venerated. You see that? And that's what's going on today, the veneration of the whore. It says the so-called mother of the gods, all right, which this is why they instituted this whole Virgin Mary thing. This goes back to Cybele, or Semiramis, the Queen of Heaven. All right, So this is why we have to stand fast, against these false doctrines. All right, to keep these heresies from creeping in. So it says, the so-called mother of the gods has a train of deified cohorts, but her favorite accomplice is the ever-present Attis. The Emperor Julian stated Attis is always the minister and charioteer of the mother of the gods. All right, in his oration on Cybele. So now you're seeing the connection of the Statue of Liberty, which they told us growing up all this time that was a woman, but when you look at them features real close, she has man features in her face, the nose, the chin, and all of that. Pull up the Statue of Liberty out.
Kind of look like Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, Con. So while the brother doing that, I'll keep reading. It says, mythic tradition places Cybele in her sacred Phrygian forest, where she encounters a young boy named Attis. She becomes enchanted with young Attis and desires him to serve her, or to serve as her royal celibate priest. Attis falls in love with another mythical creature named Sagoritis, or Sagoritis, and violates his vow of celibacy. Sybil kills Sagoritis, however you pronounce that. It says, Attis then castrates himself in an act of self-punishment. All right. Now, I'm going to jump down. And we'll get
for you too.
Yeah, they got a close up.
I got you right here. Let's see. That one cool.
Oh, I see they. But you can see right there, like them hard features, like, it's androgynous is what it is.
The jawline.
Right, that jawline, right.
That thick ass, that white boy nose.
Yeah, and that heavy brow. So this explains a lot of. Go ahead, Doc.
I just say that's a man.
Yeah, when you really look at it.
Look, even the arm is like a little muscle right there. Like that's
Exactly. But this explains the spirit, the zeitgeist, or the spirit of the age and what's going on in the world, especially here in America, why they pushing this shit so heavy with the rainbow agenda. Okay, I'm gonna jump down here to. Then they cite Romans, the first chapter. Sorry, so if the Spirit allow, we'll go to Romans chapter 1. Then they give that same picture as on the article. Go back to the article, brother, and show that they showing that same. Well, it's a depiction of Attis. Yep, right there. You see, he would fit right into America today.
Man, shit, that's Bruce Jenner.
Damn, that age might be on something right there.
Shit, he won Woman of the Year.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna jump down here. Cause I was gonna read through it, but for the sake of time. Well, matter of fact, under that picture, And that not that first sentence, but that paragraph above. Okay, yeah, where it says, oh, yours is a little bit different. Okay.
About the cap.
So I start with, the cap. Yours is a little bit different than mine, but it says, in the illustration of Attis above, he is also wearing the Phrygian cap. The Phrygian cap was worn by pagan priests during sacrificial services to Mithra, god of light or sun. As we saw in the chapter dealing with the hat, this falls in line with Macrobius' connection of Attis with sun worship, right? And that Phrygian cap is similar to the cap that Santa wears, all right? So yeah, I'll skip all of that. Get to the
cap right here.
See, that's the Phrygian cap. You see? So they incorporated all of this pagan BS and really trying to incorporate it to the scripture, but it has infiltrated every facet of the Babylonians' life here, in America. This goes beyond Christmas and Easter, and this is how y'all lives are dictated. And while y'all never know what's going on, you're always getting caught off guard with shit, and always being reactive instead of proactive, because you under this sorcery. All right. So right now the elites doing some type of elaborate ritual because they know they got to get it done in 2024. So this time right now, they're doing their rituals and all of this. And you people here in America is busy being consumers. But anyway, I'm gonna jump to the meat of this. One of her names, I believe, is okay. One of Attis's aliases is Adonis. All right, and who we know to use that name? Yeah, your boy Sakari, he called himself Adonis Delirious. So we'll get to the point. And y'all can check this article out. If the brother didn't put it in the chat, it'll be there before we close out. But because it gives, some of her Latin names and other names that she goes by. And this brings us to under the aliases of Sibylle.
Yeah, I see something right here.
Yeah, right there. I think you went, go up a little bit. I think you went.
I read this.
It's of many names.
Apolia.
Okay.
I see this one say Christmas. I read it for you. It says, there is a clear connection between Sibyl and Saturnalia.
Well, before we get to that, okay, you up. Let me see where you at. Okay, yeah, you got to go up to that first chart. The aliases of Sibyl.
Yeah, right here.
Okay. Man,
Mother of Earth, Mother of the Gods.
Okay, now you got to think.
It says,
yep. Okay, so yeah, right there. Now, when you go to the aliases of Sibylle, right? Mother of the Gods. No, it ain't on that one. It ain't on yours. But anyway, I'm gonna read that underneath where you are. Yeah, right there. Now go up a little bit. Go back. Yeah, right there. It says, that ain't it. I think you might. Okay, all right, go down a little bit. Yeah, right there. Go. Yep, right there where it says the following names.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna pick up right there. Because as y'all can see, under the aliases of Sibylle, whereas in that third column, it says Mater, which is mother, then it says Mother Earth, as the brother just mentioned, then it says Mother of the Gods. And see, this is who they try to place on Mary. All right, oh, she gave birth to the Messiah, so she's the mother of God. And that's totally going off. All right. But then it says Migdania, and then under that, what do you see? Ops. All right. And what do these little niggas go around here killing each other under the alias of, or in the name of ops?
Yeah, ops.
This is no coincidence. All right. And that's why I say y'all are under the sorcery of this devil, not even knowing. Your actions are not even your own. All right, we know, we understand our actions are dictated by the Lord. But y'all going around here, thinking you sounding fly and slick, thinking you using slang, you're the ops, I'm gonna run down on the ops. And you invoking a pagan deity. That's why you niggas don't stand a chance out here in these streets.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it says under that in that article that the brother has highlighted, the following names have been added to the chart showing the growing list of Sibylle's aliases. It says Berecynthia, Mater. It says Bonadea. Bona is good. Dea is goddess. So good goddess, and Jane Brown, good goddess. No, you say, good God, but they call her the good goddess. It said Dendine or Dendiming, Fatua or Fatua, Fauna, Idea Mater, Magna Deorum, the great goddess, Magna Pels, Mater, Migdonia, Ops, Pashethia, Pasinucia, Rhea. All right, Rhea. You got a real popular singer by the name Rihanna. So, maybe this plays into that. But it said the names Ops and Rhea are highlighted in red because those two aliases will be of particular interest in this chapter. All right. So it says Bell's new pantheon identifies Cybele as both Ops and the wife of Saturn. Macrobius also identifies Ops as the wife of Saturn in the following quote.
It's like
Con, it says the goddess. You say something, Mike?
I was about to say, that real right there, that the little letters that remind me of, that popular black TV show, Real Housewives of Atlanta or whatever. That's RHOA. That's kind of what it remind me of. Shit might be a derivative, or that or some shit. But you got it.
Yeah. You see that? But this is how they do it. They might change a letter or two, but yeah, that's how they do it. But we'll get down to that part. Okay, I'm gonna read the quote in the box. It says the goddess Ops was believed to be Saturn's spouse, and the Saturnalia and Opalia were both celebrated in this month because Saturn and his wife were thought to have discovered both grains and fruits. All right. So it says underneath, this quote from Macrobius shows the wife of Saturn is called Ops. It also reveals the Apalia was celebrated in the same month as Saturnalia. All right. We're in what they dub Saturnalia right now. All right. So this is also the time of the celebration of Apalia. So it said the Apalia was a celebration in honor of the pagan deity named Ops, which was shown above to be an alias of Cybele. Then I get down to okay, yep. Under that, right before the scriptures of Deuteronomy, I'm gonna read that. Other way, yep, right there. I'm gonna read that little paragraph. So it says the fact Cybele is known as Ops and her festival called the Apalia was celebrated during the Saturnalia is important in the study of Christmas. This is because many of the traditions used in the worship of this deity at the Apalia during the Saturnalia are the same traditions now used in the worship of Christ, or who we call Mashiach, during Christmas. This is in direct opposition to the word of the Most High, which says not to worship the Most High in the same manner the pagans worship their gods. Here are some of the verses which say this. And then they cite Deuteronomy, the 12th chapter. So, I'll read that, Deuteronomy 12:1. These are the statutes and judgments which ye shall observe to do in the land, which the Lord power of thy fathers giveth thee to possess it, all the days that ye live upon the earth. Ye shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nations which ye shall possess serve their gods, upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree. And ye shall overthrow their altars and break their pillars and burn their groves with fire. And ye shall hew down the graven images of their gods and destroy the names of them out of that place. Deuteronomy 12:4, ye shall not do so unto the Lord your power. And then I don't know it. Well, yeah, that's it. Okay. Now, that brings us to today's times where it says, you shall overthrow their altars and break their pillars, in verse 3, and burn their groves with fire, and ye shall hew down the graven images of their gods and destroy the names of them out of that place. Now, that reminds me, in today's time, if you will, brother, pull up 2 Corinthians 10:4.
I got you right here. The 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but
right,
mighty.
Because we're not dealing with a carnal enemy. All right. As pursuant to Ephesians 6:12, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, rulers of darkness in high places, paraphrasing. But you got it, Doc.
2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down
of strongholds, the idols that they placed in our minds, the altars that and that's the MK Ultra, that's what they do. That's what they call it. When they mind control someone, they go in and they set up altars in the mind. Altars in the term of alternate personalities, but it's altars nonetheless. And here in America, all right, us Hebrew Israelites, predominantly you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we've been under this, we grew up under this witchcraft, this sorcery. So you'll be doing yourself a disservice to believe that you have not been affected by any of this. So the best thing to do is you don't even know how much you've been affected until you come into this truth. All right, because John 8:32 says, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. All right. Free from sin, free from witchcraft, free from this demonic control that Esau in this world has put on all of us. All right. So strongholds have to come down. But go ahead,
Kind of 2 Corinthians 10:5, it says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach.
See, that's what it's about. All right. That's what it's all about. It said bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach. All right. So if it ain't in line with the scriptures, you tear it down, throw that shit away. Rebuild according to the scriptures, just like with this woman worship. That's Queen of Heaven doctrine. You know? So he's under that vibration of the world, calling himself a leader or teacher of Israel, but he's under the vibration, Captain Tazariak is under the vibration of Babylon. All right? And you could tell his father ran out on him when he was little. He got something against men. But anyway, there's one more paragraph, and that'll wrap it up for this article, and it's right under the scripture, Deuteronomy 12:31. Let me read that, Deuteronomy 12:30. It says, take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them, all right? By following these idols, by following these customs, by following the ways of the heathen. We know Jeremiah 10 tells us to learn not the way of the heathen, all right? That'll never get read at church. I know I grew up over 20 years in the church. Never heard that scripture till coming into this knowledge. Never knew it existed, as far as Jeremiah chapter 10. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Deuteronomy 12:30, take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them. All right? That's what got King Solomon caught up. He got snared by following them women, which followed these pagan deities. So, yeah, if King Solomon can get caught up, who the fuck do we think we are? We got to start rebuking this shit. So it says, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them. After that, they be destroyed from before thee, and that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise. Deuteronomy 12:31, thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy power. For every abomination to the Lord, which he hateth, all right, the Most High hates, have they done unto their gods? For even their sons and their daughters, they have burnt in the fire to their gods. You see? And Israel started doing that in the valley of Hinnom. All right? They were giving their children up to the fire. Unto, who is it? Well, Baal. What's the name? Molech. That's it, the water. Unto Molech. All right, so under that, and this would be it. It says, there is a clear connection between Cybele and the Saturnalia. The celebration of Christmas has also been shown in previous chapters to be partly derived from the Saturnalia. Therefore, there are many Christmas customs which can be tied directly to these customs. Then a clear warning in the Bible from the Most High about the dangers of worshiping this pagan deity should be more than enough reason to put these pagan traditions aside, you know. But we know Jake is stiff-necked and hard-hearted. All right. Now it goes on to say Cybele in the Bible. The name Cybele is not found in the Bible, but one of her aliases, in parentheses, Queen of Heaven, is found in the Bible. Therefore, one may identify Cybele in the Bible. All right. In the chart of aliases above, the name Rhea was highlighted in red as another alias of Cybele. The next quote explains Rhea and the Queen of Heaven are different names for the same deity. And I ain't gonna go into that, but just showing you the connections and the ties, all right, with these ancient pagan customs and traditions to today with these modern day quote unquote celebrations, and how woman worship was tied heavily into them. All right. And you read, brother, earlier, you read how they did role reversals in Saturnalia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but yeah, you had that article if you want to go into it, brother.
Now I just read this real quick. Just real quick. Just to back up what Zaquan saying, it's from a World History Encyclopedia. And I threw this in the chat as well as the other article. Now that's from Saturnalia, which goes into the Christmas time. But this is what they did back then. It says the Saturnalia was an enduring Roman festival dedicated to the agricultural god Saturn, which was held between the 17th and 23rd of December each year during the winter solstice.
Right. And just real quick, the winter solstice is how they divide the years up. You got two solstices and two equinox. All right. So you got this starting in the spring, you got the spring equinox, then that's followed by the summer solstice, which is that's their celebration of July 4th, is really the celebration of the summer solstice. All right. Easter is really the celebration of the spring equinox. All right. Then that brings us to the fall equinox, which is marked by the celebration of Halloween. Then you go into, right now, we are in the winter solstice, and that's their Christmas celebration in honor of Saturnalia, and now, as I just learned, Apollyon. But go ahead, brother.
So it says, which was held between Saturnalia, which was held between the 17th and the 23rd of December each year during the winter solstice, originating from archaic agricultural rituals. The Roman festivities came to include a general round of gift giving.
Mm-hmm.
That's Christmas today, gift giving. It says, and merrymaking and role reversals.
Merrymaking, Merry Christmas. Yeah. Role reversal. You see? So, right, America is the spitting image of, and that's going back to ancient Rome, but, you know, these customs can go, you can go all the way back to ancient Samaria, all right? And Babylon in the time of Nimrod. But that's what this goes back to. Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz. And in that time, Semiramis was the queen of heaven. That's what they called her. You know, so in each captivity or each kingdom that arose, they had their own version. That's why it gives you the name or these aliases, you know. But we know you had Inanna back in Samaria, Semiramis in the time of Babylon. Egypt had Isis. And these are all the same, you know, same stories that's handed down from kingdom to kingdom. You know, to Rome, where you got, you not only in Rome, you not only had Cybele, but you had Diana of Ephesus. And I believe it was one more, but in Greek, I forget. But anyway, you got it out.
Can I just finish it off? It says, Originating from archaic agricultural rituals, the Roman festivities came to include a general round of gift giving, merrymaking, and role reversals, so that it became one of the most popular celebrations in the calendar, and certainly the jolliest, which is Christmas. It says the similarities of some of its features and the timing pushed later into December over time, which now, like here, it says December 2017 through 23rd, but in our time they do it on the 25th. So as it says the similarities of some of its features and timing pushed later into December over time, suggesting a strong influence on the Christian celebration, which is Christmas.
That's right.
That's
So I'm sorry, brother. That was it.
That was it.
So I'm gonna go here to Jeremiah 10:3, and then that's it for me. Well, I started one. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. All right. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, because that's what Saturnalia is about. It's about observing the signs of heaven. And what they're observing is the sun stopping, is travel south. It stops, or as they say, the sun dies for 3 days, then it begins its travel north. So they observe this with these festivals, these different, anomalies, if you will, up in the heavens. This is what because another name for Cybele is Venus. That's who I was thinking about also in Roman. The Romans' time, they had Venus. All right. Because all this is about the stars and the signs in heaven. All right, which the Lord told us not to observe time. So he's telling us right here, again, Jeremiah 10:3, for the customs of the people are vain. Well, let me go back to verse 2, Salakia. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. Right, they got all these, their unholy days centered around these celestial events. The Lord told us don't get caught up in that. All right, we're supposed to observe the moon for times and seasons and all high holy days. And that's it. But anyway, verse 3 says, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen, with an axe. With the axe, they deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. All right. Yeah, they're decking it because they're looking at this tree, this evergreen tree, as a god. They made it an idol. So they want to, make it as regal, as royal looking as possible. So they deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born. Right, you got to bring them into the house. These trees, it's talking about Christmas trees, if you didn't know, but you got to carry them into the house. They don't just show up at your door, knocking on your door. So it said they must needs be born or carried. All right? Because they cannot go. But be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. So that's just on this celebration of Christmas. But then they got Easter in Ezekiel 8. Oh, and then they mentioned the Queen of Heaven. That's right here in Jeremiah 7. Let's see here.
Nah, that's it.
If you got something, I'm gonna just read this on the Queen of Heaven.
Nah, you got it. You got it.
Okay, and then we can go out. Once I find it. Right.
It was in that same article.
I believe it is. I was going to read out the scripture. If you see it, though.
Let's see.
I know it's in
Jeremiah.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. This is Jeremiah chapter 7. Okay, here we go. Verse 18. Let's see. All right, verse 17. So Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 17 says, "Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger." So, yeah, in ancient times, they would make these cakes, and that was popular around the springtime, which they call hot cross buns, which they would have around the time of Easter. You know, and them hot cross buns, the cross was the T for Tammuz, all right? So that's just some of the symbology of the tree, which represent Nimrod's penis, all right? And when they put the star on top, the star represents Tammuz. But right, the Queen of Heaven is the spirit that's pushing all of this here in America, while women are so emboldened to just disrespect a man. That shit never happened in the ancient world. I didn't say it never happened, but it never happened without repercussion in the ancient world.
Vashti.
Right, brother. Speaking about Vashti in the book of Esther, the first chapter, before we got started, you know, King Ahasuerus' wife, who he put away because she didn't want to obey his command. You know, but yeah, that was it on that. The women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven. So this is something that Israel has been known to be ensnared with, the Queen of Heaven. All right, in the form of Ashtaroth in the time of the Canaanites, it was Ashtaroth. Because the Canaanites had their version of the Queen, or their name for the Queen of Heaven. You know, Ashtaroth, but you know, this is a deep rabbit hole. You know, because we even touched on the Virgin Mary aspect. I mean, we mentioned it, but you know, you got that, all of the symbolism of Christmas. We touched on the Phrygian cap with Santa, you know, and then of course the Christmas tree, of course, but there's so many other, you know, customs that are involved with this celebration that's straight rebellious, you know, toward the Most High. But that's it, brother. That's all I had.
Con. Shit, that's it too. On my end. Shit, we could take it out. Shalom Tala Akim Akwath on the comment board. Yahaba Shemel Shabrak Thumb.
Khan, Shalom. Didn't mean to be so long-winded, but it's a lot of info, you know. And like I said, we only even scratched the surface. But go ahead, brother.
Con. So we'll take it out right there again, Lord willing. This lesson been edifying. And with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing his word with truth and sincerity, and as well as all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And keep fighting, keep pushing, and we almost out of here. And again, Yeah, we're almost out of here, man. We got a lot to look forward to, and like we went into this lesson, be aware for all the stumbling blocks that's coming. Christmas, one of them. The deception that's coming. Again, we touched on a few topics, articles at the start of the lesson. How they saying 2024 will be the worst year of any crash ever, man. So a lot about to happen this year. Well, shit, who knows? 2023 ain't over. Things can happen, but we're looking forward to a lot as believers, man.
You got that right. This year ain't over yet. Shit.
God.
Yeah, brother.
But we're in the right day. The water for tuning in. And Yahweh Shema Shah Barakatham. Shalom.
Shalom.